I'm going to be answering the question how personal technology has impacted the quality of life for adolescents. So I chose this topic because of an article called U.S. Study Shows Google Has Changed the Way Students Research and Not for the Better. And there are a lot of key points in there that help support my argument. And this is from the magazine The Conversation. And then in the John F. Kennedy Moon speech, he specifically said, this is a breathtaking place, and such a place cannot help but create new ills as it dispels old, new ignorance, new problems, new dangers. And from that quote, this is why I specifically chose this topic. I chose three lenses to discuss from because I feel like those three lenses would help support my topic best, and that's educational, safety, and medical. The problem with personal technology is from safety, it's a distraction on the road. From medical, it can interfere with your health, and then from educational, it doesn't improve students academically. That there's a quote from the conversation in the one of the documents that said, while the interface of Google and other similar search engines might not be more intuitive, what's going on behind the scenes isn't intuitive at all, and very few students had a clear conception of how search engines work. This understanding compounds the problem of building effective strategies. So, most search engines aren't necessarily reliable. You can look up anything on the internet and find an answer to your question, but it may not be the correct answer. Also, students learn better from handwriting their notes than typing their notes on their computer or phone, because when you're handwriting, you're trying to summarize and write as little as possible. So you have to understand what you're writing about in order to do that. And when you're typing on the computer, you can just copy and you're not really comprehending anything that you're writing down. A counterpoint to this would be it's easier to access documents, and that would be hard to do if you don't have access to any technology, like a computer or your phone, and it saves time, so you're not sorting through papers, trying to find a paper that you lost that you most likely don't have. Safety is really important when you're driving because it could determine your life or death especially for young adults. There was a study in an article that said, according to the data released from the NHTSA in April 2016, 10% of fatal motor vehicle crashes and 18% of injury crashes that occurred in the United States in 2014 involved a distracted driver. These crashes killed 3,179 people and injured an estimated 431,000 or more. So necessarily, distracted driving doesn't come from cell phones, but cell phones is another thing that could distract you while you're driving. But other distractions could be eating, drinking, or talking with a passenger. But specifically with cell phones, you physically have to look down if you're texting someone or if you're listening to music and you want to change a song. So you have to look down at your phone, and that could cause a major accident and just put yourself in danger, or a driver or anyone around you in danger. Looking 2 seconds, 5 seconds down at your phone, you could go hundreds of feet and not be paying attention to the road, and anything could happen within those feet. I chose a political cartoon that represents texting while driving and how dangerous it is, because this person died from it. So instead of a tombstone on their grave, it is a cell phone, and a person texted the driver, "Where are you?" And the driver responded, "Driving on my way to," and never finished the text message, indicating that they died while sending that text. Medically, I was reading an article and had a study in it that said in 2006, a Swedish study reported 85 out of 905 brain tumor patients had used mobile phones heavily for 10 years or more, and most of their tumors occurred on the side of their head where they used their phones the most. In March, after reviewing that 100 studies on the link between cell phone use and brain cancer. So overusing your cell phone could cause problems and affect your health in the long run. And solutions to solve any of these problems would be, for safety, a stricter law against the usage of your cell phone while driving. No one really knows how dangerous texting and driving is until it happens to themselves, and when they're dead, it's too late to make them aware about that. For your health, when you go to sleep, put your phone farther away from your head, so at your feet, at your dresser, or invest in an alarm clock so you're not sleeping right by your phone to hear your alarm. Also, in class, have students write their notes and do as many writing assignments handwritten instead of being typed on the computer, so students are able to comprehend what they're writing about than just typing on the computer. Or if they're writing a paper and they have to print it out, have them write down the rough draft on real paper so they know what they're talking about instead of just copying anything they find down.